Hey guys, so Brawl Stars is making every brawler cost 15,000 more coins to max out this update. Kind of, but not really. I'm exaggerating that a little bit, but also not really, but also kind of. We'll talk about it. Hey guys, so I am currently in Stockholm, Sweden for Brawl Stars World Finals. I'm not home, and that's why my mic sounds like shit, and why my webcam looks like it is streaming out of a potato, because it is. I have to actually pull out a potato and hotwire a working voltage circuit out of a potato because its skin is conductive, and I have a giant floodlight that is just beaming through the potato skin to create the image that you see. It is actually burning my skin and imprinting that burning flesh into the layer of the potato, which is being transmitted to you right now as you watch this. The things I do for you guys, am I right? Yeah. So also I'm on like about 6 hours of sleep in the past 2 days, so that's an average of like 3 hours of sleep per day. I'm fucked. I'm not here. My mental is gone. If I'm not completely on it in this video, I'm sorry. Maybe tomorrow I'll have fresher ideas and more thoughts for you, but for today I just kind of wanted to, if you don't know what's going on, quickly cover the new Brawl Stars article that they posted 7 hours ago as of me starting this recording, so I'm a little late to the party. But in this article, Brawl Stars essentially talks about the next update that is going to be coming in December or maybe early next year. I don't actually know when it's going to come because I'm not privy to that information anymore. Maybe that'll change, who knows? Probably not. But regardless, in this video, I want to quickly kind of just go over this article. I say quickly, it's not going to be that fast. This is a long ass article. It's like 20 pages when I got it in the sneaky Discord that is there. And it's a pretty long article to the point where they have to summarize it. It gives you a lot. It's a lot of information. I did skim it, so I know vaguely what happens. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. You know, be careful what you wish for is the phrase that came to my mind a lot as I read through this article, because there were some things in here that I talked about in my auto-aim video that I made on the main channel like a couple months ago that like it felt like kind of directly call-outs to that almost, but also in a lot of ways I was like, that's not exactly what I asked for. I'll read it over again in this video and we'll talk about it. So, you know, I know all of you TikTok Zoomers don't know how to read anymore. That's, you know, literacy rates in the United States are going down, and so I'm gonna be the TikTok TTS for y'all and read this shit out loud as we go through this together. Let's just start off from the beginning. News, November 26th. New power, Brawl Pass changes, and a new star drop. Really quickly, if you guys enjoy this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe. It really greatly supports the channel out. And leave a comment telling me your favorite Swedish word or name. Whatever you think is just really funny to say in Swedish. Don't mention any Austrian painters, and don't have it be a slur. Those are the 2 requirements. If you can fulfill those, I will personally go through the comment section and heart it, which is a meaningless gesture, but it gives you aura. Trust. Anyways, all right, let's get into this article. Enough stalling. Now that all the hypercharges are out, it's time to add the next permanent gameplay change to the game. That's kind of what we've been thinking about for a while that Supercell was going to do. Okay, every year they actually announce some major change, permanent change to the game, like a significant change. Last year in 2024, I believe it was the rework to the trophy system and like trophy boxing that they did, and also they're still releasing hypercharges. Before that, I believe 2023 was hypercharges announcement. 2022, I don't remember, but every year they do something. It was either Gears or it might have been the Gears rework. They've also done like, I think, gadgets, second gadgets, star powers, second star powers, you know, like you get the drill. It's just generally, you know, every year you got to add something to the game to keep it spicy, keep it fresh, keep the game going chugging along in a positive direction. And we were all wondering, you know, they did do a gadget rework early this year in February, but that's not like a new thing. And so a lot of people are wondering, well, once hyperchargers are fully released, what are they really going to do? And it looks like what they're really going to do is something called buffies. Really quickly, in the text below, you'll find an overview of the changes and additions that will be made in Brawl Stars next month. We highly recommend reading the entire article as it explains how all the upcoming changes are connected. We understand that progression can be a sensitive topic, but with the upcoming changes, we aim to introduce a new power that is both fun and will enhance the depths of the game, especially for veteran players. Whoa, that almost sounds like they are specifically fulfilling a request that someone made in a 1.5 hour video on a certain main channel. Additionally, we will buff main resource sources, that's a fucking tongue twister and a half, bro, to make the journey more enjoyable and rewarding. And remember, everything is still under development, so some details may change when the content is out. We'll provide a summary of the change first, and we'll go into detail below is the bullet points. They show this little egg. Now, first impression, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I read this, and like when I was looking through this at dinner earlier, and I was like, man, this shit sounds like badges. And you know, the badges idea that I put out in my other video where I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if you could have some kind of active effect that would reward skill? I feel like, you know, if you're aiming and dragging specifically, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Instead of just like auto aim spam. Be careful what you wish for. Woo! All right, gameplay changes. So we are not adding power 12. That is one thing I think that a lot of people probably were freaking out about when they first see news about this, or like, oh my god, Brawl's adding a new thing. Is it gonna, they're gonna go the Clash Royale route where they just add an entirely unnecessary power level additional to what was already there in order to basically undo years of progress that everyone has made to get to the previous highest level, which I think in Clash Royale was it 15 before? That was like the max. That was also added to 14, which is also added to 13. And Clash Royale, every time they do it, it's always, nobody likes it because they're just removing the maxed outness of everybody's account, which fucking blows. And it also is more expensive to upgrade to the next level. It already takes fucking forever to upgrade level. Bro, I'm done with Clash Royale. I have this whole thing. Maybe I'll make a video about Clash Royale later. I fucking hate Clash Royale. Fuck Clash Royale. God damn it. Fucking Mega Knight Evo Witch spam mid ladder is fucking outrageous, and they're all over leveled, and I hate it. So Brawl Stars is not going down that road. Apparently, they're not adding power 12, but they are adding a new power called buffies, which will cost resources to unlock for each brawler. So we'll see. It kind of depends on how much it costs, and that's kind of going to be a big thing. Buffies are buffs, get it, to your star powers, gadgets, and hypercharge. Each brawler gets 3 buffies, one for both star powers, one for both gadgets, and another one for the hypercharge. Together with this power, some brawlers are getting reworks to their gameplay design / abilities. Buffies can be purchased with 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points from the claw machine. Okay, so just really quickly, each brawler has 3 different buffies. Okay, just to reiterate, it's 1 buffy for both star powers, and it's 1 buffy for both gadgets. So even though brawler has 2 gadgets, 2 star powers, and 1 hypercharge, it's not 5 buffies, it's 3 buffies. And each buffy costs 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points. It's not or. I know there was one person that I was talking to at dinner today who saw this and was like, oh, it's only 1,000 coins because it's the 2,000 power points. You know, that's awesome. No, it's both. Now, Brawl Stars will talk about this more later. The main idea, just, you know, surface level it seems, is that Brawl Stars is trying to address the excess PowerPoint issue that a lot of endgame players have. Now, me personally, on my main account, I have more than twice the amount of coins compared to PowerPoints. I've been maxed for a long time. And so I don't actually feel a PowerPoints shortage. I am an endgame player. I have a maxed out account. I don't see a PowerPoints shortage, even if I did need to spend resources. Also, there's an issue right now where new players specifically have a PowerPoint shortage, where like if you make a new account right now, the game showers you in so many coins because they're used to buy all of these 5 abilities you see, and they only cost coins and not PowerPoints. So a lot of new players have a specifically excess amount of PowerPoints in the game, and they are like, where the fuck are the PowerPoints? How do you get PowerPoints? The only way to get PowerPoints is basically through the Brawl Pass, and also the Trophy Road, because no more masteries, so you can't really grind for that. Although you know that was redistributed in other areas, but like it's not really a grindable resource anymore, to be honest, because once you do your quests, like you're kind of just time locked on it most of the time, unless you want to grind like 100,000 trophies, and that also takes a lot of time to get PowerPoints, and that's the main limiter for a lot of main accounts, new accounts. But apparently there is a subsection of players out there, okay, who is in an extreme state of PowerPoint excess. Actually, I think if I go on one of my second accounts, yeah, so this is one of my second accounts, Epic Far, a free-to-play account, and I have 40,000 PowerPoints and only 3,000 coins. So maybe this is a type of imbalance, although this account is not even close to being maxed. I mean, if I get any coins, I'm spending them on upgrading my brawlers, to be honest, or buying gears mostly. The pricing on the buffies is one thing that I'm a little bit iffy on, although I'm actually kind of surprised Brawl Stars didn't say this in the bullet points. I don't think they're adding a lot of resources to the free pass and the Brawl Pass and the Brawl Pass Plus, so don't freak out just yet. Like it's not like the game is fucked like Clash Royale, I don't think, from looking at this so far, just based on cost. Like Clash Royale, there is another thing about strength that might be concerning. We'll have to see how it kind of plays out. I actually reread this too. I'm reading this with you guys, so let's hold our breath so far before we finish the article. So buffies can be purchased with 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points in the claw machine. A claw machine pull guarantees a buffy. There will be 18 buffies in total in this update, so that's next month. There will be 18, and there's 3 buffies per brawler. So the assumption here is that Brawl Stars is just going to be doing a limited, or like a batch release, like they did with hypercharges, where every month or maybe every update they're going to add another 6 brawlers with buffies and they are going to be the buffiest brawlers, kind of like how in an update 6 brawlers might get hypercharges, for example. And buffies can also be purchased directly for gems for around the gem value of their soft currency cost, 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points. Discount in-app purchases or gem offers will come in the future, but not for the release of the feature, so they'll come not next month but later. One claw machine pull is free once you unlock the feature. Mythic and epic gears are being removed and refunded for the brawlers that are receiving buffies. All epic and mythic gears will be removed once all brawlers who have those gears get their buffies. I actually really like this. I have been personally saying for a long time that mythic and epic gears are just kind of a dumb idea, because for most brawlers that have one, it's a mandatory purchase and it just increases the cost to upgrade a brawler unnecessarily. Like you know, not a great the mythic gear is a mandatory upgrade on Jean or Mortis or whatever, so I'm gonna have to spend a 2,000 coins instead of 1,000 coins to buy this fucking gear. That's bullshit. Just make it the base kit of the brawler. It's essentially a passive anyways. There's no reason like you know what I mean? Like, yes, I understand if you do make it just base kit, then the brawler is essentially just getting buffed, and then they have access to another gear slot there that they didn't otherwise have. But like, why are we balancing brawlers based on how many gear slots they have access to? Just make every brawler have access to 2, and then just balance the brawler outside of that. Like, the brawler shouldn't be bouncing around the fucking gears. I don't know. The point is, I think mythic gears and epic gears are kind of dumb, and I'm glad that they're reworking them, especially for like supercharged gear too. Like, man, there are some dumb interactions with like the fact like that doesn't matter anymore because they're getting removed once all brawlers who have those gears get their buffies. So they won't be removed immediately, but I guess over time they will be slowly getting removed. Some gadgets can now be aimed, work like the attack / super joystick. That's a pretty crazy one. That is actually kind of, I won't take credit for this actually. It's not exactly what my ideas were in terms of in my auto aim video where I talked about like maybe making the game a little bit more skillful, but it is something that I think is a really cool idea and has a lot of potential. Have some reservations about it, but we'll see. And they didn't talk about it, but I guess it's not a gameplay change, but there's some pretty big progression buffs coming with this update too. So hold your horses, okay? Hold your hogs, hold your dig in your hand, but don't start stroking until I give you permission. And then you say, yes, sir. Goals: to increase depth in gameplay without making it more complicated. No new buttons added. Veterans get deeper gameplay. Casuals can still play like they used to. I actually really like this. I think that I agree with them fundamentally. A lot of people, I think, were kind of talking like, oh, they need to add another button, like a second hypercharge button. Like, I think simple is best. Like, you don't want a game like Brawl Stars to just become League of Legends or worse, Dota, or worse, World of Warcraft, where the entire gameplay is just spamming buttons on cooldown. That's dumb. I don't like that. We already kind of spam buttons on cooldown. I think we should maybe focus on how we spam these buttons. I think that could be kind of, in my opinion, is a cooler way to take the game, and it also makes it simpler for more casual players. Like, right, like if you come into a game that's like 30 buttons, like you gotta press and then the right sequence, like that's just kind of overwhelming. Okay, I thought I was playing Brawl Stars. I didn't realize I was playing fucking piano tiles. I guess. So first goal, I think, is a W. Second goal: to revisit previous release brawlers and rework their kits if they don't make sense anymore. No changes in their base in case a brawler's kit still works fine. So I think this is mostly talking about the fact that they're going to be adding certain aimable effects on gadgets. They're going to be going through on some earlier brawlers. Okay, power creep is a real thing. Brawlers are more, I guess it's more fair to say, like specifically maybe a complexity creep / power creep in the game, where over time brawlers just get more and more complex with more abilities in their kit. You know, compare Colt or Shelly to like Finks, to like Kaze or Cheong, or, you know, Ali or Finks or whatever. Like, you know, these brawlers with like 3 different forms, 3 different attacks, multiple effects on all of their gadgets. The brawlers, like, they're just not on the same playing field. So they're potentially going to be going back and adding some cool additional abilities on the gadgets on certain brawlers if it makes sense. And also their last goal is to deepen the progression of brawlers and give a new, meaningful, and fun item for players to chase. So this is another thing in terms of, you know, just every Supercell game that uses resources to progress. There's going to be some drip-fed amount of resources and also new content to use those resources on. That's just how it is. Just a really easy dopamine cycle. You give someone some coins, they can upgrade their thing, they feel a little stronger and they play better. And then just that they want to get more resources from that, and then they want to then use those to play more. And they just keep going. W dopamine. It's like the TikTok algorithm of PvP games. Is just add a fucking upgrade system. Like, you're like, okay, great. Now I want to play this like twice as much compared to before. And Brawl Stars, you know, with their hyperchargers now running out, they've run out of things for endgame players to chase. Players in general to chase, I guess. So they gotta add buffies. I guess now that we've gone through the summary, let's go over The notes. Buffies are a new power added to the game, and it will improve your gadget star powers, hypercharge, and look good beside your brawler. Each brawler is getting 3 buffs in total, 1 for both gadgets, 1 for both star powers, and 1 for their hypercharge. Buffies are pulled randomly from a claw machine, and the names of the Buffies are Gadget Buffy, Star Buffy, and Hyper Buffy. That's very creative. Wonder where they got the names for that from. Here we see a picture of the claw machine. My internet's a little scuffed, and there is gonna be GIFs in this article, so I'm gonna have to like finagle that to try to play that on like my browser or something on my laptop. I don't know, we'll see. The claw machine, that's the place where you get your Buffies from. Each pull costs 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points, and each claw machine contains the Buffies of a limited number of brawlers. So just straight off the bat, off the top of my head, I believe it costs somewhere around 3,700 power points and like 17,700, 800 coins to upgrade like from level 1 to level 11 your brawler, and buy a hypercharge, a star power, a gadget, and 2 gears. So all of that combined, the 5 the 2 gears, gadget, star power, and hypercharge, that's 10,000 coins. And then taking a brawler from power 1 to 11 will cost 3,700 power points and like the 7,800 coins or whatever. So that's the current cost of max out a brawler, one brawler. And then with 3 Buffies added, that's going to be increased by 3,000 coins and 6,000 power points. So that now it will cost almost 10,000 power points and like maybe like a little less than 21,000 coins to max out a brawler, which I guess makes that ratio more like 1 to 2, and means that the bulk of the PowerPoint cost in upgrading or maxing out a brawler is now going to be spent on Buffies, which is definitely an interesting decision. You know, like I think earlier in this video I said like, oh, the cost to upgrade a brawler is increasing by 15,000 coins. I'm sorry, that was a lie. It's 2,000 power points. In the past, power points used to be valued at about 2 coins actually. So like there was a way for you to convert power points into coins at a ratio of 1 power point to 2 coins. And so like if you take that into account, like in some arbitrary sense, you could consider this being a Buffy costing like 5,000 coins, which is equivalent to a hypercharger actually, which means that for a brawler to have 3 Buffies, that's 15,000 coins in some, you know, arbitrary measuring way, which doesn't really exist in this game anymore because you can't convert power points to coins in basically any way. So it's I don't think it's really fair to call it a 15,000 coin increase, but it's a 6,000 power point increase and a 3,000 coin increase, which I think kind of speaks for itself in terms of like weight of resource expending. How many brawlers are in the game right now? With almost 100 brawlers in the game, we'll round up and say 100, it's 97, but with 100 brawlers in the game, you know, that's 3 Buffies, so that's 300 Buffies that will be in the game at some point, which means that it will cost 600,000 power points and 300,000 coins, if my math is right, to get every Buffy in the game that will come out as of right now. 600,000 power points. Now, it sounds insane, because kind of is. There's a silver lining, which is that they're buffing the resource rates by a lot still though. And also they're going to be they're not releasing it all at once. They're releasing it over time for specific brawlers, which I'll talk about that too later. Man, Brawl Stars right after Clash Royale, it's just, I feel like it's just kind of a bad look. Okay, also now things are still subject to change, but like if they made it so it's 1,000 coins or 2,000 power points, then I would be like, okay, honestly it's 4,000 coins or 2,000 power points, then I'd be like, yeah, actually, you know what, fuck it, I like that, because now you're giving some way for players to kind of control their resource amounts a little better. Like if they have an excess of power points to compare to coins, they can just spend those excess of power points on Buffies and just spend the power points on Buffies. Or if players like me who have 300,000 coins, I want to spend my coins on Buffies, I can just spend the 4,000 coins or whatever on a Buffy, and I feel like that's fair. Requiring it to be 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points is just like, everybody has to spend 2,000 power points, but people are different in terms of the resource balance that they have. There's, you know, different players are at different parts of their Brawl Stars journey. Not everyone has an excess of power points. I don't have an excess of power points even. Some players do, but it's just like to put a blanket on everyone, I feel like is weird. But that criticism is kind of being alleviated by the additional resource buffs, because they're actually adding a way for you to choose what resources you get. Okay, kind of spoiling it, but that's just, I had that complaint when I first read this. I read more, I was like, okay, that makes a little more sense, kind of. So I know you guys won't watch the full video, probably. Fuck you if you don't. I'm kidding. Watch to the end. You know, put the video on while you're trying to sleep, and then my beautiful ASMR shitty box potato mic quality will lull you to bed, and all the info that I speak in the later parts of the video will magically wire itself into your brain for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly kind of give that point caveat that you don't just come away from this video thinking the game is dying. I think things are also still subject to change, so let's hold out. But as this is a new approach, we'll be looking at it closely and making changes if it doesn't work, i.e. if it's not enjoyable for the players or doesn't feel worthy of playing or paying for it. So they actually even specifically say they're willing to make changes if this feels bad. So we'll see how it goes. As more buffies are added, they will be distributed into different claw machines, so the pool of rewards is always the same regardless of how many buffies are added in game. Currently we are aiming for 18 buffies per claw machine, 6 brawlers in total. I don't know what this means. I guess a claw machine is like a new thing they're adding, and it's going to be like its own individual thing, so a gacha pool, so you can like pull from different claw machines or something. I don't know. Cool. The first Buffy you receive is always free once you unlock the feature at 1,000 trophies. So this is an early feature actually, which is kind of interesting. I guess it makes sense in a way because, you know, you can get a Buffy on a Gadget, which unlocks at power 7, which most people will have. And so that's like, this is not a mechanic just for the end game players. This is for early game players, which also makes it very confusing for me why they make it cost 2,000 power points. But they, you know, let's keep going. Once you collect all the buffies for all the brawlers in the claw machine, you will then be able to use your bling to pull different skins for your Buffy. These are purely cosmetic and have no impact on Buffy's functionality or power. They are just cute and shiny. That's actually kind of cool. Actually, that is cool. It's like Labubu. Like, hear me out, once you get all the buffies for a certain set of brawlers in a claw machine, but you can pull for skins. It's like a blind box. I love gambling. Let's go gambling. Each bling pull from the claw machine costs 10,000 bling. That's actually kind of expensive for one. Also, I guess we have a bling sink, but also, what the fuck? 10,000 bling? I think my account has, holy shit, I have 56,000 bling. I can only make 5 pulls for Buffy skins, and I've been saving for like a long time. I don't spend that much on skins because I already have a skin that I like on every brawler. That's why I like the fact that they're doing a sync now for like new cool skin cosmetics you can get, but also it's like, fuck, 10,000 is fucking insane for a fucking blind box, bro. Chill out. That costs 4 times more than a rare skin. That, like, what? It's an epic skin? Yeah, that's like 4 times an epic skin, and like that's a little insane. Maybe they're really worth 10,000 bling. Also, if you don't have bling, are you gonna be able to buy bling? Well, the Buffy's design brawler reworks. So before we go into the Buffy's design, we have to talk about brawler reworks and why our approach to the new progression is an improvement to existing items as opposed to something brand new. There are actually multiple reasons, but we can summarize them in 3. 1, we want to add more depth to competitive matches, but we don't want to overcomplicate the core just for the sake of complexity. Improving something you already know is a lot easier to understand and get used to, as opposed to learning something a completely new power, especially if it's in a new button. We expect to see competitive players adding a new level of depth to their every match, and casuals to experience this novelty without having to learn something entirely new or change their way of playing the game. Totally agree, 100%. I actually really agree with this. I really like the idea and core philosophy of this choice. As we approach the release of 100 brawlers, we feel this is the right time to go back to every brawler we ever released and improve/change their kit if it feels outdated, but of course without changing the core fantasy/concept of the brawler. Also think that's definitely worthwhile and deserving. 3, we want to focus more on utility and skill expression, L, as opposed to raw. Sorry, I said L. If you're not reading it, I said L, not because I think I disagree, because there's a literal L that's typed here. They type out. Who proofread this? We want to focus more on utility and skill expression as opposed to raw strength like hypercharge was. Focusing on the kit that brawlers already have could be a more elegant way to add power. Some buffies will make your ability bigger and stronger, as sometimes it makes sense, but it shouldn't be the case for all of them. So this I actually feel like is pretty cool. Kind of gets at the core of my auto aim video that I made, and I appreciate the philosophy and the kind of direction that they're going with the choices that they're making in the game design. It really depends on how it's implemented though, because like they say, like, you know, like hypercharge was focused on utility and skill expression as opposed to raw strength. As time went on, hypercharge has kind of stopped being that. You know, buffies could very easily go down the route of just straight up removing skill from the game depending on how it's implemented. So we kind of have to see and hold our breath for these buffies. Then they say we are also removing and refunding epic and mythic gears of brawlers who are getting buffies. Unfortunately, those gears didn't drive enough excitement to justify continuing the development of more of them. This is something we already wanted to do some time ago, and with the introduction of buffies, it seems a good opportunity to do so. With this said, we are also making gadgets an aimable joystick, if it makes sense for the gadget in question. This might sound like something small, but it'll definitely, no, it does not sound small at all, but it'll definitely elevate the skill ceiling in Brawl. But don't worry if you take some time to learn. Even if a gadget gets the aiming functionality, it can still be used just by tapping like it works in the game now. So here they show a GIF of a gadget, of Shelly's fast forward gadget, the dash, being aimable. And I don't know if this counts as leaking, but I have heard that the way it's going to work is aiming it will give you a better effect than just pressing it. So that dash range is insanely long. You'll notice it's almost twice as long as what it normally is, or maybe at least 70%, 70% longer than what it normally is just by pressing it right now in game. And that's because it's being aimed, if you just press on it, like they say the tapping still works, it will be used in the way that it's used in the game right now. I don't know, since I've heard this rumor, if they've decided to go back on that or change it, so now the gadget is just getting straight up buff, so now even if you tap you get this effect, but I think that's what's happening, because also Shelly is getting a fucking shield. Maybe that's a Buffy? A shield and a longer dash is not going to be a base kit of this gadget. Okay, the gadget also has a rainbow effect, for God's sake. I think this is going to be something there is going to be a specific Buffy. I don't think it's both the longer dash and the shield, but it's one or the other, I think, is my guess. They also say that it doesn't, like, aiming functionality isn't going to be given to every gadget, because some gadgets are obviously like turrets, and some gadgets are like, you know, like Poco's AoE heal. That's not really an aimable gadget. So, you know, we'll see, but it definitely will make certain gadgets, I think, with an aimable effect way stronger, and basically going to be kind of must use. The other thing that I'm a little bit worried about actually is, you know, when I first heard about this potential idea of gadgets having an aimable ability that makes them stronger and a tappable base form ability, the thing I'm hesitant about is, in theory, you can fake people out, right? Like, it's kind of a coin flip, actually, if you have to face up against a gadget like this, because I'll say the abstract version first. Imagine you're facing a brawler with a tappable gadget that does one thing and an aimable gadget on the same gadget that does a completely different thing, or it's buffed to the point where it's basically completely different, and you can easily counter one and the other, but you can't adjust for both at the same time. And if you try to like position yourself or like dodge or like aim to account for one, the other one will get you. For example, maybe hypothetically, you're in a 1v1 with Shelly with his dash gadget, and she dashes at you. She's like one shot, for example, and you're one hit away from killing her, and she's about to dash, and you don't know if she's gonna dash short or long, and you have to kind of try to hit her in that, but you're also one shot. And so like if she dashes short, I think that might be fine. I might be like over imagining the annoyance of something like this. It definitely depends on the gadget, but you know, like there's gonna be moments where it's like, fuck, I didn't get the 50-50, like they got me. If the gadget is just better when you're aiming it, I think most people will just be aiming it. So we'll see what happens. It also definitely depends on the gadget. It's a very cool concept. I think it'll make like mid players aim more, because it's like, you know, well, now the gadget is aimable and it does something better. I feel more of an incentive to aim it. Like Shelly's dash being that long is kind of insane. Maybe like a little bit longer. Like, let's not get too crazy, you know, like make it dash faster. Let's not go too crazy with it, I think, is kind of my general thought process. But you know, power level seems kind of insane right now for some brawlers like this, but Shelly's like a kind of a bad brawler, so maybe it's fine. Then again, that's also what we said for the hypercharges too. And then so the Buffy's design, now the real deal. Now let's go through the new reworked Colt and Spike and their Buffy power. For clarity, the Buffy effect is something added on top of the current gadget, star power, or hypercharge. So starting off with Colt. Colt is actually getting a gadget rework, which is not mentioned also, but like it's outlined here. Gadget 1, right now it reloads 2 ammo. But now Gadget 1 in this next update is going to be Colt shoots 2 bullets that slow the target on hit. So his next attack is getting modified, and he shoots 2 bullets that slow the target. So it doesn't sound like they pierce. And they don't know how they're going to fire, like if it goes pew pew or if it's going to be pew pew, like the current Upside Showdown, you know, double projectile modifier. I don't know, but it sounds like it's going to be essentially like a Mandy gadget, the slow gadget, which could be pretty good depending on how strong the slow is. And it definitely also feels a little less brainless than just spamming reload and spamming auto aim like a bunch of times when someone gets close to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what the reload gadget is used for in day-to-day game, besides just cheesing boss fight. Gadget 1 plus Buffy is going to be, if the gadget hits, it'll steal an ammo from the target. So the target loses 1 ammo, Colt reloads 1 ammo, and that is on top of the slow target effect. Now, this sounds, I think, scary at first. It's like, oh my god, Colt's gonna be stealing ammo. It's tied to this one specific gadget. Like, when Colt gets the gadget Buffy, and you're facing with that, it's only gonna be on the gadget, and he's gonna steal 1 ammo, but he has to hit the bullet that slows you first. Like, he's not gonna be able to just straight up steal your ammo all the time on every shot. It's gonna be only when the gadget is active. If they nerf the gadget cooldown, they're actually effectively nerfing the Buffy as well. So if they make this gadget cooldown like 30 seconds or something, like they're basically never gonna see the Buffy. You can see it once every 30 seconds, which is like, you know, whatever. But that being said, the Buffy also does just straight up buff the gadget. Like, it just has an additional passive effect. Is that balanced? I don't know. It's weird. It sounds like also Colt can steal 2 ammo potentially, since the gadget shoots 2 projectiles. I don't know. This is a big who knows kind of moment. It depends on a lot of things. We'll see how it feels. They can also nerf it in a lot of different ways by like not like only stealing half an ammo or reloading half an ammo or whatever, right? Like I said, cooldown time. You see what I mean? Gadget 2, it's unchanged. The bullet that destroys walls and bushes and consumes an ammo. Then Gadget 2 plus Buffy is going to be the bullet is wider and deals more damage on hit. Who knows how much damage it's going to deal on hit? If they go back to Silver Bullet, that'll be very, very disappointing, because that is an essentially, if it's wider too, it'll be essentially undodgeable. The cooldown I think on it is like 11 seconds or something. I don't wait, no, I might be thinking of Reloader. The cooldown might be a little longer than that, but like still, like it's kind of a scary thing. But okay, actually, I'll say this now. The thing that gets me really about the buffies is that they're just passive effects. There's no specific way to activate them that takes skill. They're just always active. You know, Colt's tags, like you can aim them, and especially the gadgets, like you do aim them, but you can auto aim with Colt gadgets too, and especially the silver bullet gadget, like you can auto aim with silver bullet, and it doesn't do any damage right now, so it's not really a big deal. But in the past, it was a big deal because it did a lot of damage. Now that they're making the bullet wider on top of dealing more damage, like that auto aim on the Buffy is gonna be really good. No, I don't know if I like that. The opposite to what I was saying in my video. So it depends. Again, it's subject to change. Who knows how much wider and how much more damage. But ultimately, what I am saying is that if I could choose, I would always choose to have a wider bullet. I think a girthier bullet that also packs more of a punch, I think that's like, I think every man will look at that and be like, yeah, I'll take plus girth and you know. Just kidding. Now let's talk about the star power Buffy. So Colt's movement speed star power is unchanged. It's also fixed now for anyone who's out of the loop. That was apparently not working for like an entire cycle of updates, and they fixed it recently. And now the Buffy gives Colt a burst in movement speed if it hits the target. This depends on a lot of things. So for one, I don't know if it applies to every single bullet. Oh my god, okay, hold on. This actually, again, kind of gets to my big thing. Like, Buffies are kind of just passives, and you can just activate them all the time. Is there a cooldown? Like, for gadgets, it's whatever. You know, the Buffy is tied to the gadget, and gadgets are inherently on a cooldown. Star powers are always active, and this sounds like it's a modifier to just Colt's basic attack. It's like another additional star power. That's like you know, like on the scale of value between a gadget Buffy and a star power Buffy is like up here, and gadget Buffy is like half of that, because maybe maybe a fourth or a third. The star power Buffy is just gonna come into the game more often, especially with an ability like Colt gets a burst in movement speed if it hits. Like, guys, we've all played Upside Showdown, okay? The fucking movement speed buff on attack thing, that is essentially a dash. You are getting, every brawler just becomes Mina with that purple card. Like, it's actually really strong. And this, especially on a brawler like Colt, who relies on movement to like kind of, you know, clip people, like get more of the bullets hit a target and like kind of hit on it. Whoa. And if there's no cooldown on it, it's like every bullet, like if Colt hits 6 bullets, he gets a 6 times movement speed. It's like, wow. That's gonna be scary. Now, if it doesn't stack, and if it only buffs movement speed by like, you know, 2%, 5% total, that's fine. If it maybe does stack or whatever, or like buffs it by like 10% or 15%, but it's on a cooldown of like 5 seconds internally, or something, maybe 10 seconds, like 15 seconds, I guess that's fine. There's ways to make this balanced. It's just the text reads a little scary. So star power 2, it's also unchanged. It increases Colt's range and bullet speed. I don't know why it says unchanged on some and not on others, even though some like these are both unchanged, because I just forgot. Star power 2 plus Buffy will make it Colt deal more damage if the target is far away. So this is like essentially a sniper build on Colt that is like Maisie's star power that buffs damage at max range. I feel like movement speed is going to be better. That's my hunch, but it obviously depends on the stats. It's like, you know, oh, Colt gets 500 damage per bullet. If the targets are like, oh shit, I was wrong. And then hypercharge, right now it's double bullets on line on super, so just the hypercharge on Colt only makes the super wider. It actually doesn't increase the amount of damage it can deal basically at all. So that's something kind of that always kind of bothered me, in my opinion. I was like, well, whatever. Not that Colt needs to be broken or anything, but just like probably actually one of the worst brawlers in the game right now. Yeah, because hypercharge is also very lackluster. But now he's getting a Buffy on the hypercharge, and Colt's unloads his main attack faster while hypercharged, and the hypercharge lasts 2 seconds longer. And then they have a gif of what this might look like. So notice how Colt's not using his super. Actually, this Buffy on the hypercharge affects his attacks while he is hypercharged. So it's kind of like Ali's hypercharge in a way, where Ali's hypercharge affects her basic attack and lets her heal. The hypercharge is no longer tied to the super in its effect on some brawlers, and Colt is one of them. He actually has like a little LGBTQ support circle at the bottom, which actually looks really cool. I love how that looks. That looks awesome. And you can see the damage numbers are say 1500 because the bullets are tighter now. So Colt fires 6 bullets in his basic attack. Each 2 bullet segment are so close together that the server actually, the tick rate lumps them together as one instance of damage, kind of. Not actually, but like it shows the number as being one instance of damage just for easier reading. And so that ends up being that Colt, it's just going to be way easier to trust while Colt is hypercharged, which is, you know, combined with the star power Buffy, really fucking scary. That's like, imagine a Colt with the hypercharged 20% movement speed boost. If he clips you, which is going to be easier while he's hypercharged. He gains more movement speed, so it's even harder to like move your way out of the Colt if they just like wiggle on you better. Or Colt can go for the increased range and bullet speed with this 20% hypercharged speed boost and just one-shot you from across the map, hypothetically, with the increased bullet damage and range. It's like, wow, fuck. Maybe Colt will be actually good. Colt is one of the worst brawlers in the game right now, but the game is actually in a fairly balanced state right now to where even minor buffs on terrible brawlers will actually make them fairly good. I don't know if I can name an example off the top of my head right now, but like Meeple, I think, is literally the best brawler in the game right now, if not maybe second best. And that is basically because they got a hypercharge that is pretty strong. Besides that, they have gotten no changes besides the hypercharge. And before that, the hypercharge, the Meeple wasn't considered like at all one of the best brawlers in the game. Maybe like a solid B or A tier. But then one hypercharge, and it's not even like a team wiping hypercharge or anything, but just like a one hypercharge, and then they're just the best brawler in the game now. Like it's small buffs can make a huge difference because the game is relatively kind of balanced right now. Actually, Pam is a good example. Pam hypercharge. I wrote Pam hypercharge off. I was like, man, this is too small of a buff. Like she got her turret HP increased by a little bit, and now her hypercharge is the same as before, but it just gives a burst heal. Like this is going to do nothing, but actually the burst heal makes a huge difference, and that just the hypercharge getting one small buffs make such a big difference for brawlers. But buffies are not small buffs is my biggest concern. Is like Colt is one of the fated 6 that will get a Buffy in the next update. Like this is like, wow, bro is just gonna have more abilities and be insanely strong. There's a certain standard of power level now that Colt is above and like has an advantage of over every other brawler in the game. Like what do you do? Like I don't know how to feel about that. That's a little bit weird to me, especially because like given the fact that the hypercharge Buffy does this, like it looks pretty strong. I feel like the star power and gadget Buffies will also be pretty strong. Like I think we'll have to see it in game to know. But the overall strength level of brawlers with Buffies is just, forgive me if I'm wrong, but like this just looks way stronger than anything that a hypercharge did on release. Like it's not just an ability that you charge over time and get like a 5-second use out of. This is the star power Buffy especially, this is a constant match wide passive buff that they're getting that might be substantially huge, and the gadget too, like that they're going to be activating that throughout the course of the game, and the hypercharge too, the Buffy on that is like fuck, man. And oh my god, okay, now we're getting to the Colt one. It already looks really scary to me. I'm scared, okay, but like if Colt is broken, I guess like fuck it, and you know what, Colt takes a high skill brawler, I don't care. Then we get to Spike Gadget. Okay, right now the first one, it fires 2 waves of 3 needles that heal damage and slow. Wait, no, that's different. Oh shit, wait, hold on. I think the Spike Gadget, the first one, is different. But for like right now, that pin cushion gadget, it's like spawns like, I think it's 1, 2, 3 waves of like a bunch of needles that in like it one shots the high safe or something. But this is 2 waves of 3 needles. So my guess is it goes like bang and then bang, like it's like a psh and then a psh, like in the other way is my guess. So it covers like a hexagon, but it's 2 triangles put together. It's a Jewish star. Are cactuses known to celebrate Hanukkah? With the Buffy, the gadget now will root for a short while if 3 hits are on target. Wait, what? 3 needles need to hit the target for it to root? Okay, if it's waves of 3 needles, I don't think that sounds that good. I know it depends on what 2 waves of 3 needles looks like, but that's it seems like kind of a useless Buffy. And or Gadget drops a cactus that heals its surroundings area if destroyed. Okay, we know what that does. Gadget 2 plus Buffy. It also explodes when destroyed, and it knocks back and deals damage on enemies. Wait, I didn't read this. What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Wait, wait, Gadget 1 is good. Wait, and Gadget 1 plus Buffy is really good. Wow, so Spike gets a shotgun attack. It looks like it's hitting 1 projectile on the robot, I guess, because it's not being rooted. And it looks like the Buffy is available. Oh my god, that's actually really cool. Wait, that's so cool. Yeah, so each individual projectile does 300 damage. That is not 3 needles. That's clearly 5 needles. And each one does 300 damage. So you can deal potentially 3,000 damage with this gadget if you hug someone up close. And if just 3 needles hit that roots, that's really fucking good, actually. Damn. The cactus healing too, exploding and dealing knockback is so fucking underrated. That's actually going to be insanely strong. Spike is one of those brawlers where like, even though he does a lot of damage, it's like you can kind of dive him with certain assassins, because a lot of assassins pierce. Like if you buzz hook a stun from across the map, the Spike is dying in 2 hits. He's not getting unstunned in time. And regardless if he cactuses up, like he's just dead. But now if Spike cactuses and buzz hooks him from across the map, if the Spike is standing in the cactus, the buzz will have to hit the Spike through the cactus, and the cactus will explode, heal a Spike, and stun, knock back the buzz, and deal damage. That's fucking strong. Spike, I think obviously will be meta, but like it depends on how meta he's gonna be after he gets all of these fucking buffies. Let's keep reading. Any damage caused by the super automatically heals Spike. He doesn't need to be inside of the super to heal anymore. I did read this. This sounds actually not like necessarily a buff, because I think before, like the way this star power, like if you run fertilize on Spike, you actually use this a lot of times. You use the super out of your feet, sometimes just to heal, and because it gives a lot of healing. But now it only heals if it actually hits enemies. So you know, most of the time, like you don't want to be wasting fertilize supers just for healing anyways. Like you ideally are using it for your healing and also dealing damage just to help cycle. But like it's generally going to be a better super with the star power. It's a net buff, but there's, you know, there's some niches where I think it will be maybe not as good, unless it also does heal you while you're standing in. I'm just fucking wrong. Star power plus Buffy. Spike super gets deployed faster, so I guess kind of running in theme with like the super heals you now based on how much damage you deal with the super. Now it'll also be easier to land, which actually could be really good if you pair with the hypercharge increasing the super size. That could be a really solid star power plus Buffy combo actually. I don't know. Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind is like, you know, Buffy's like they enhance the specific star power in question, so you can't like mix and match Buffy's. Like for Colt, for example, from before, you can't mix and match like, oh, I want to use the dealing more damage to targets far away Buffy combined with the movement speed star power. Like you can't do that, so that's just something to keep in mind. Or like I want to use burst and movement speed combined with Magnum Special, you can't do that. That's, keep that in mind. The Buffy affects the specific star power. And for Spike's second star power, fucks, it's curveball. Fucking curveball Spike, man. So for Buffy 2 on the curveball, that causes Spike's needles to travel further. This gift shows right now Spike's hypercharge Buffy. The actual hypercharge effect of making Spike super bigger is unchanged, but Spike's hypercharge Buffy means that now Spike's main attack explodes twice. Fuck. And wait, the hypercharge state also lasts 2 seconds longer. Bro, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, look at this gif. You are not dodging that. And okay, let alone the fact that it doubles the amount of damage Spike shots will deal while hypercharged. It doubles it. High safe is cooked. But also, that's impossible to dodge, I think, with curveball. Like that's just like, how do you dodge that? Like, you know, because like imagine you have to stand still. I know, oh, you can stand still. Okay, what if Spike shoots 2 shots at once, like bang bang, hypercharged, and they both explode twice? But like they sink, it's like bang 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 bang. How do you dodge? You don't have enough time. Guaranteed to get hit by at least 2 shots there. That's fucking annoying as fuck. What the fuck? Okay, but also with the Buffy on the star power, look at the way the needles are curving. I think the range on it is increased by a little bit. I don't know if that is gonna matter as okay, it will matter. It's an effective range buff on Spike curveball. Why are we buffing curveball? Spike's curveball Buffy should just be no, Spike should have gotten a rework on curveball. That's fine. I think like they talk about revisiting brawlers, like, oh, we need to revisit old brawlers and like maybe look at the kitty. Fucking rework curveball. What are we doing? I'm about to fucking wake up my Airbnb host right now. I'm so sorry for talking at 11 p.m. Fucking Sweden is 6 hours ahead of the US, so yeah, it's a bad time to be spamming my voice at this time of day. But I hope the wall is soundproof. This is fucked. I don't like Spike metas, especially curveball Spike metas. If it was a Spike meta but it was fertilized Spike meta, I would actually be okay with that. This is fucking gross, and curveball needs a rework. Exploding twice Spikes, like I think that's, you know what, that's fine if it was a fertilized Spike. Like I don't know why, like, but like fertilized Spike is just inherently more honorable. You know, like bro's just a humble farmer fertilizing you. You are getting fertilized, but like at least, you know, because you know the trajectory of the spikes is like it's going like in a specific set pattern every time. Even if it explodes twice, it's just, please rework curveball. Maybe I'll, you know, I'm in Stockholm. You can just find the devs in real life. I'm literally joking. I'm too socially inept to even order a McDonald's burger in person in Sweden. I don't think I could talk to a fucking dev. Please rework curveball, if anybody is watching this. So it looks like these are the cosmetic Buffies. Ooh, this looks cool. Oh wait, you can see a duck that's like shining behind Spike in this gif if you look carefully. And here too, Colt has a little duck that's shining and hissing his asshole every time he shoots shots. Wait, I didn't even realize that. Nice, it's like a little douche. Oh my god, every time Shelly uses her dash Buffy, she also gets kissed by this little furry thing. Actually, I think this is exactly using a certain idea I saw on Twitter, but someone on Twitter, I think a while ago, put like a Brawl Stars idea. I was like, let's introduce pets. They're literally doing this. Interesting. Cool. So you can change how it looks. You can get a duck or a Spike cactus. Okay, so you can get kissed by a cactus. Don't know if that will feel so good. But a duck, I think they have corkscrews actually for their penises, so that might also not feel that good. Also, Buffies look like cute keychains that can briefly be seen in a match, but always with you on the main screen. The plan is to release Buffies for 6 brawls in the upcoming update and make this the baseline. Buffies do take more time to implement than hypercharge, so there might be updates where we might release less than 6. Wow, so this is going to be like a 3-year plan, right? Like if it's each update gets 6, maybe less, There's 6 updates a year, maybe 30 buffies a year. That's a 3-year plan. That's maybe more than that, maybe a 4-year plan. Wow. So Brawl Stars will be good on content for a while. Honestly, maybe this might be weird to say here, but like I feel like it's at the point where maybe we should consider releasing less brawlers a year, no? I think maybe for a month, just release a bunch of buffies. Like release, you know, maybe a brawler every other month, every 3 months, and then buffies on the other month. Thoughts? I don't know. Maybe I'll make a different video talking about that more in depth. The number of brawlers is definitely getting a little bit concerning now that we're hitting 100. Up to 150 brawlers, like it's fine to have that many. Like I don't actually care. But it's just like, in terms of overwhelmingness for a new player, where it's like, wait, what the fuck is that brawler? Like, it was fine when the game had 70 brawlers. It's fine even now, honestly, with 100 brawlers. Like, it sounds like a lot, but I think if you play a little bit, you can get used to like that degree of where it's fine just keeps decreasing every update. Okay, so those are the brawler buffies that they've announced so far in this article. And it looks fucking broken, obviously. But like, these are brawlers that need the help besides Spike. Like, you know, Shelly and Colt they're not broken by any means right now. So if them getting buffies like this that are really strong, I think that's fine. Just please don't make them too broken. And they look cool, but the cost, I think it's still so expensive. Like, that's fucking insane. So now let's talk about resource changes. The Brawl Pass, okay, both the free track and the paid track in the Brawl Pass / Brawl Pass Plus will be buffed and improved. As the Brawl Pass is increasing in value, we are also adjusting its price. The new Brawl Pass price is $9 and Brawl Pass Plus is $13. Wow. Wasn't the Brawl Pass Plus before like $10 or $11? I know it's in the United States. I think it might be 11. I don't know. It's been a while since I bought a Brawl Pass or Brawl Pass Plus, to be honest. I have a maxed account. I don't need the Brawl Pass. I've not been buying it, but that's pretty expensive. That's like at least a 10-20% buff, I guess, in not buff, 10-20% increase in price. Is that buff, guys? Oh my god, Brawl Pass is buffed. The price is buffed. Guys, can you believe it? The Venezuelan currency was buffed by 3,000%. That's an insane buff. Venezuelan currency OP. W Argentinian currency. The normal Brawl Pass now has the Brawl Pass skins. Their chromas and titles. Oh, so they removed a lot of the cosmetic stuff from the Brawl Pass Plus to the Brawl Pass. Brawl Passes now have keys and a vault. Keys allow you to open a specific vault and pick the reward you want. There are currently 4 keys and 1 opening a vault with a specific set of rewards. Different kinds of keys are resources, brawlers, skins, and buffies. Tail rewards now cost 2,800 XP. I think that's less than what it is now. And give different boxes / star drops that are always better than a normal star drop. Whoa. I think right now a tail reward is it's 1,600 tokens. Oh, that's more expensive than what it is. It's 1,600 for a star drop right now as a tail reward. They're not quite double. They're less than doubling it. It's increasing by like 1,200 XP, but now they'll give different boxes that are always better than a normal star drop. Nice. I think that's worth it, actually. I think that's good. And then they put an asterisk saying prices might vary for the Brawl Passes according to region. The goal here, ultimately, to make it more valuable than it currently is for the Brawl Pass, to give more freedom on how players want to progress their brawlers and accounts. Hope to spark interest in the Brawl Pass again by giving players more available reward options, to improve monetization by relying on more people buying the Brawl Pass overall as opposed to fewer people buying more offers. Weird that they increased the price while saying our goal is to make more people buy the Brawl Pass overall and to make it more valuable than it currently is. Like value from a consumer's perspective is also like lower price usually, but I understand, you know, Brawlers gotta milk their bag, gotta milk that shit hard. I'm on the table ready to be milked. I'd love to be milked, Brawl Stars. Milk me dry, but only if Danny does it. New Brawl Pass details. The Brawl Pass is getting a buff, 10 more tiers, new items, and more value in general. Oh wait, 10 more tiers. Is that only to the Brawl Pass or to the free pass? Their wording is a little weird when they describe the pass. It's still the best offer in the game, okay. Titles and chroma skins have now moved from normal Brawl Pass. The advantage of buying the Brawl Pass Plus now is that you get a lot more keys. Now every season will also contain 2 Brawl Pass skins plus the chromas, which are, and then they have nothing there. That sentence just ends. Cool. Important. The price change will happen only in the January season, but you can still buy the Brawl Pass and Brawl Pass Plus for the current price and store some of them in your account for future seasons. Here's a comparison between all the tracks from old to new Brawl Pass. Okay, so here we go. Free track. We're buffing the rewards with an extra 1,000 coins and a resource key, which can be exchanged for 2,000 power points. So we've added the equivalent of a free Buffy. So then free track, they've added 1 free Buffy. This is in addition to the chaos drops and extra bling and credits. Chaos drops. Oh, they've added 6 chaos drops. Interesting. Just really quick in case you missed it, they introduced a bunch of keys you can get in the Brawl Passes. Basically, the keys can give up to 2,000 power points, and you can choose that. That's not like a random thing. You can literally choose. If you want, you can only get 2,000 power points from every key you get. They're adding a resource key, and I'll show you the loot table. I'll just show you that first. They should reorganize to show the keys first. So really quick, the Brawl Pass vault. There are something called vault keys. There's a Buffy key. You can choose any Buffy for any brawler. That is a Brawl Pass Plus exclusive item. You can also get the resource key, where you can choose coins, power points, or bling. And they have a brawler key where you can choose brawlers from epic to ultra legendary to unlock, which is kind of insane. That's a lot of credits potentially. And there's also a skin key. Choose skin sets from this season or previous ones. You can choose, it looks like even legendary skins. Is the Mortis a legendary skin? I actually don't know. You let me know in the comments. Or maybe they'll say it right here. Keys are used to open the Brawl Pass vault. You'll be able to find resources, skins, brawlers, and buffies. There are 4 different keys, each one for a different category of reward. You'll be able to use them however you like. Each offer inside the vault costs 1 key, except for the vintage skin sets that cost 2 keys, so you'll be able to focus on rewards you most want the most. Okay. The purpose of keys is to give players more freedom in how they want to progress, especially now that buffies cost more power points than coins. If that's what you need, you'll be able to use your resource key on power points and so on. The same goes for skins. If you are not a fan of the current skin of the season, you can just save your key for a previous Brawl Pass skin. Note about the skin keys. The skins of the newly released Brawl Pass will always use 1 key, so you can either get the new ones from the season right away, or collect 1 more key to get a skin from a previous season. All the Brawl Pass skins from January 2024 stock, okay, blah blah blah, I don't care. Who cares about skins, guys? Nobody gives a fuck about skins. We are bling merchants. We use only bling to buy skins, and no gems, no money, unless it is made Melody, or made Colette, or a potential oiled up skin on like Pam. Here's what you can get with your keys. New brawler key. So epic brawlers will cost 1 key. Mythic brawlers will cost 2 keys. Legendary brawlers. Oh wait, I thought it was 1 key for an ultra legendary. Okay, that's not nearly as value. I guess that makes sense. What kind of nerd is spending a key on a fucking 1 key on epic brawler, please, when you can spend it on a legendary brawler? Okay, that makes sense. In terms of credit value, I believe an epic brawler costs 925 credits to unlock. If 1 key equals 925 credits, then 2 keys for a mythic, which costs I think 1900 credits. Yeah, it's better value than buying an epic, I think. Legendaries cost 3800 credits, so buying that with keys is also equally value as mythic. And then ultra legendaries cost 5500 credits, I think. So the worst value. Essentially the value hierarchy is mythic and legendary at the top, then epic, then ultra legendary, I think, in terms of credit value. Sure, another Asian will have mathed that out better than me at some point. Resource key costs, we've got 1 key, you can get 2000 coins, or you can use the key to get 2000 power points. So this is kind of what I was saying, is like having a power points to coins conversion ratio from the old days where you could convert a power point to 2 coins. I don't think is really relevant today anymore, because they're just completely different currencies. They're just not tradable at all. So now Brawl Stars is kind of doing a subtle sneaky thing here where they're kind of separating out the currencies in a big way, where they're now, you're not getting 4000 coins for 1 key, you're getting 2000, and that's the same as power points. So now they're just, you get a resource key, you get equal amounts of either coins or power points depending on what you need. Oh, and the key can also be used to get 5000 bling, which is actually a lot of bling. So maybe that's why they justified the 10,000 pull on the fucking Buffy cosmetic. I don't know. It's a little insane still, but okay. Skin key set. Okay, the Brawl Pass skins, Buffy key costs for a specific Buffy. Okay, and that makes sense. So let's go back really quick now that we understand keys to the Brawl Pass changes. So the free track, they're getting an additional resource key. So that is either 2000 coins or 2000 power points. Nice. It doesn't get any skin set key, brawler key, or Buffy key, but it does get 6 chaos drops. Don't know what that is. And they're removing 5 star drops. So still, even if a chaos drop is equivalent to a star drop, which it won't be, probably, still a net buff in star drops, I guess. The coin amount is being increased by 1000, so you get an additional 1000 coins in the free pass. You're getting the same power points. You're getting an additional 200 bling. You're also getting an additional 900 credits, and the gem amount is the same. You're also getting 2 additional mega boxes. So these are pretty nice, juicy buffs to the Brawl Pass. Is actually just like objectively better in a lot of different ways. And keep in mind that while Buffies won't be released every month, the free pass will be available every month. So in one update cycle, for example, if an update is every 2 months and each update brings 6 Buffies or 6 brawlers with new Buffies, that's 2 free pass cycles worth of progression, I guess, that we're getting buffed now. So that's still not quite enough to cover the 18 Buffies that will be introduced in an update, for example, because we're only going to be able to get 2 for free, like 1-to-1 exactly from a free pass. And so that's kind of where I get a little bit like, like they're drastically increasing the cost to max out a brawler now. That's no question. It's 6,000 additional power points and 3,000 additional gold to max out a brawler, and they're buffing the Brawl Pass by 2,000 power points and 1,000 coins, and 2 mega boxes, 6 chaos drops. Sure, no one cares about credits because that's not really a limiting resource, but like that's not really the same. Even if you account for 2 months, it's still not the same because they're releasing 6 brawlers worth of buffies. You know, there's also no like code bedlam or anything for me to shill. To me, this is just more expensive now. Not to mention the fact that buffies are gacha pools. So like a Labubu, if you want the special Coca-Cola Labubu limited edition, like 2024 drop with specifically the owl boo boo, you won't be able to control whether or not you get it, right? Like in a pool of 18 potential buffies for like 6 brawlers, you go and you split in your resource key of 2,000 power points and your 1,000 coins that you get from the free pass, and you really want Spike's fucking curveball Buffy, and you get Shelly's Gadget Buffy instead. Like, fuck. Now what? What the fuck? That's not what you wanted. Now you have to pull another 17 times to guarantee that you get the one you want. What if you get really unlucky? That'll fucking suck, right? It's like, that will happen to someone. Yeah, I don't know, guys. That's a little spooky. And now imagine, okay, what if it was 1,000 coins or 2,000 power points? You know, like, then it's like a gear. Then it's like, okay, yeah, sure, it's 18,000 coins, okay, but 18,000 coins with a buffed Brawl Pass of 4,000 coins potentially, and so 6,000 coins potentially in an update cycle. And it's like, okay, you know what? it's still not enough to catch up, but it's fine. It's better. It's still, okay, well, it's not still fine. It's better than what it is now. Where the fucking cost is, like, this is like not it, man. It's so expensive and it's so broken. It looks so broken. Maybe it won't be broken. Maybe it'll be a total nothing burger, and by the time next month rolls around, the effect is like, okay, they've nerfed curveball, they've reworked curveball, and they've made the stat buffs not that big, and they've made the effects not that big. They had a cooldown or whatever. My voice is dying, excuse me. But this is asking a lot to really like make the new player experience as good as possible, and we're kind of asking them to spend a lot of resources right now, additional resources, to max out a brawler. See if there's anything else in this article that we didn't read. Let's see. Oh, maybe they'll talk about the dead drops or the chaos drops. So Brawl Pass and Tail Reward. Tail rewards now cost 2,800 XP, give them reward each time. They can give things like a demon drop, a sushi roll, or more rarely a chaos drop, and so on. The things you get from the tail rewards are always going to be better than one random star drop. You'll also get the option to use gems to upgrade your tail rewards if you want to do so. What the fuck? If you don't collect your tail rewards before the season ends, the standard reward not upgrade will be delivered to your account. Chaos drops. I've seen some people roast this. I think the chaos drops look fine. I'm gonna be honest. I think they look cool. I think it's a static image. Okay, when it's actually an animated thing, I think it'll grow on you. Okay, don't hate on this. A lot of people hate on fucking Meeple's design. I think Meeple's design is good too. Okay, stop hating. It's cool. Leave my goat alone. What does the actual chaos drop actually do? Hold on. Changes. The entire economy is getting buffed. Ooh, wait, hold on. New kind of star drop, chaos drop, can upgrade in rarity and can also split like the sushi. All splits will have the same rarity. The lowest rarity of a chaos drop is super rare, and the highest of the rarity is ultra, a new rarity that is only available in the chaos drops. You can get ultra legendary chaos drops. Daily wins. You'll have a chance of getting chaos drop in December if you have a lucky day, and normal days will have a chaos drop starting in January. Mega quests, 2 more mega quests added per season. One of them is Omega. Actually, that is pretty nice because those give a lot of resources, I think, or a lot of Brawl Pass progress, which ends up being resources. That's good. Early trophy road buff, up to 25,000k trophies for new players so they can catch up even better. Okay, that's good. Actually, that is good. Events and community events, sure. But I guess that's kind of a trust me bro moment. We don't know how much an event or a community event is really worth because it's like a future event that hasn't happened yet, but okay. We're making PowerPoints twice as cheap to buy. What? Oh, from this, a new update on the base price to directly buy PowerPoints with gems will be 10 PowerPoints for 1 gem instead of 5 PowerPoints for 1 gem. Okay, but nobody's spending gems on PowerPoints. I guess maybe they will be now, but like, I guess maybe we should be doing this now, is buying PowerPoints and gems. Maybe that's a new value thing. I wish there was some Asian that could do the math on this. Or a certain white man with a clean cut and a short beard and a wife and 2 kids whose name rhymes with Dairos Plime. Someone do the math on that. That'd be a good ass video, like the best value that you can spend with gems now. It can't be me though. I mean, I have to scroll another 6 hours of Instagram Reels, guys. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy unemployed man with no J-Slur and Reels to doom scroll goals. Okay, with fewer hypercharges coming from now on, we still want to have meaningful chase items for players, give more freedom and predetermined resources so players can have more freedom on how to upgrade their accounts, buff the economy in a way that makes playing Brawl a lot more rewarding while helping casual new players catch up. Okay, I think I agree. They have given more freedom with the keys. That's true. They have buffed the economy. That I think does make Brawl more rewarding. That's true. But they've also just added a massive sink that kind of is more massive than the size of the freedom and the buff. In the current update, we've currently buffed some of the progression with mega quests and new daily wins, but we're buffing more, adding more resources to multiple sources, including early trophy road players. We are introducing a new star drop called Chaos Drop, which is worth an average of 4 times more. Oh, okay. So then the 6 Chaos Drops that was added is essentially 24 star drops worth. Still not enough for all the buffies, but okay. Chaos Drops will be distributed in the Brawl Pass randomly. Here's all the items you can get in Ultra Chaos Drop. Ultra Chaos Drop. So there's a really solid chance of getting a hyper, a really solid chance of getting a brawler, and you'll get skins sometimes. But hold on. And you have a really good chance of getting a Buffy. Wait, that's pretty fucking good. Wait. Oh my god, hold on. Wait, because look, they mentioned splitting. There's a chance you can get the rewards above 8 times if you manage to get your ultra rarity drop split in 8. Holy shit. Wait, so if you get an 8x split of ultra legendary chaos drops, you could get 8 buffies in theory from that, or 8 hypercharges. That will never happen. Brawl Stars will kick you out of the game like a fucking casino. They'll be like, you counted cards. you rigged this game somehow. How the fuck did you just get 8 hypercharges in your fucking single chaos shop? No way. Something especially there. Permaban. That will never happen. Like, realistically, that's so rare. Just buy an actual lottery ticket. Why the fuck are you wasting all of your luck on goddamn Brawl Stars? I mean, that's cool, you know, so they cool beans. Because they mentioned the average loot being 4 times more, I think we can more or less just accept that as the number. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the average takes into account this happening. So, you know, like, we get 24 star drops added to the pass, I guess, -5, so it's 19 star drops added to the pass, plus the 2 mega boxes. To my memory, I think a star drop is like something around 67 coins or something, I think, each average loot value. That's only about 2,000 coins in star drop value average added to the Brawl Pass. So that's 2,000 coins plus 1,000 coins plus 2,000 power points. It's not enough, man. That's not enough. And lastly, nothing more. Thank you for reading. Make sure to drop your opinion on any social media, guys. Drop your opinion. Drop that shit. Well, here's my opinion. Make the buffies cheaper and don't make them broken, please. And then we're talking. We're looking good. Just the buffs to resources is insane. But obviously they're never gonna just buff resources without adding some sync. So they have to add the sync. But like, why is the sync so deep? Why is what? Who said the sync had to hit the Mariana's Trench, bro? Why can't we just keep it shallow? Like, just, you know, like, let me stay in the kiddie pool a little bit. Like especially because it's randomized. Like, you know, you can't even use the argument of like you can funnel resources into buffies on one brawler. You can't. You have to buy buffies on at least one of 6 possible brawler loots every time. It's better than if it was just one claw machine for every buff for every brawler. Like that, I see the foresight now where they split up the loot pools for multiple batches of brawlers at a time, because then otherwise it's like, if you really want to buff your one brawler, you have to hope for one out of fucking 100 brawlers. Like, that's just not happening. And also, for if you want a specific Buffy power, then you have to wait for like 1 out of fucking 300. Right, that's just not happening. So I appreciate that they split up the loot pool, but still, it's so expensive. Like, we're not talking about 20 bucks for a Labubu blind box here. We're talking like 100. Like, this is you're charging an arm and a leg and my fucking asshole. How am I gonna shit if I don't have an asshole? Brawl Stars, please. I think Buffy's looks fun. I'm a maxed out player. I've got 300,000 coins and 100,000 power points. I won't be able to buy every Buffy on release. I'll be able to get close, but I'll need to spend some money. Like, the first year of Buffys, I'll be able to buy all of those, and then after that, I'll be pinching the pennies, man. I'll need to go back and buy those power points for the keys. I need to, like, maybe take out a loan, maybe get a creator code. I gotta maybe get you to subscribe to the channel. But dude, what are you doing? Why are you not subs, bro? Why are you not watching my videos anymore? I gotta make that main channel video. I gotta upload guides again. But let me know what you guys think, though, in the comments below. Oh fuck, wait guys, that's so funny. I gotta show you. I'm just scrolling my Reddit feed. I'm only subbed to the Brawl Stars stuff and hot and cool. What the fuck is it? Okay, I thought that was hot girl or something. Okay, it's not porn. The top post is yes, with "we are not adding power 12." CR players banging their heads right now on a wall, bro. Yeah, like this comment gets it. They're adding buffies, which are more expensive. Do they know? Wait, that's insane. Maybe I'm missing something. This is just like me reading this is like, yeah, like this guy gets it. It's basically the same. Like, this is not a free-to-play friendly update. Like, the biggest thing, by the way, is like, before it was possible for you as a free-to-play player to max out your account. Like, you could make positive progress. Like, realistically, it's not happening, right? I mean, like, it'll take years of play, but whatever, you're playing free-to-play, but like, you can still make progress. You can max out the new brawler on release and more. You can't do that anymore. Can you max out one brawler on release? I should recalculate that with the Buffy prices I get. Maybe I'll need to, I don't want to do math, guys. What did I estimate earlier? I think I said like about 10,000 power points and 21,000 coins to max out a brawler now, I guess, if you buy all the Buffies included and the hypercharge and 2 gears and a blah blah blah. Oh wait, actually, hold on, wait. You get enough coins to max out one brawler without spending the key on the coins. I'm looking at my old math that I did. This shit is not accurate anymore because they're actually buffing the free pass even more. But just from the yearly free-to-play resources, you can get, like, these are renewable sources of resources. These aren't like Trophy Road or Mastery or whatever, records, I guess. You can get, right now, 360,000 coins, which is 30,000 coins a month. And so that's more than enough to max out a brawler a month. Even with the Buffies, you get 62,000 power points, which is like 5,200 power points a month, and you need 10,000 to max out a brawler, but you're getting 2,000 power points, so that's 7,200 power points. You're still 3,000 power points short to max out a brawler a month. They said they were going to do community events, and they said they were going to do something. I mean, you get power points also from Trophy Road and Records. Man, that's still too expensive. It's still too expensive. There's no... It's still too expensive. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. That's gonna be for me. Take care of yourselves. I will see you all in the next one, or at Stockholm. Please don't kill me in real life. Love you. Peace. Goodbye.